Hello everybody and welcome to this Awesomenauts video with your truly SlowWolf. Today we're going to be taking a look at a replay. It's nothing special. It's just me playing Chucho, and I'll be honest with you, I don't I got the time to play 2 games tonight. One which was, actually pretty good, but had 2 leavers on the other team, and then that ended up with us losing. And then this one where honestly I didn't play super well, but whatever, we played. So it's a video for a video's sake, I guess. at least it's an Awesomenauts video, so that's the thing. Right, so I'm playing Chucho, and I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about Chucho and what I like about him, and we're going to focus on me here because I can. Chucho's pretty good. I think that we can say that with absolute certainty. Chucho's a fun guy to play, and there's nothing really wrong with him. In fact, I think he's relatively balanced. He's an excellent pusher in terms of his turret damage and single target DPS. His turret's able to, his bike is able to do a lot in terms of tanking turret damage as well if need be for a little bit to make sure that a droid wave gets up close. And he's got a lot going for him, and his ability to split push is almost second to none. I don't even know what was the point of that sticky bomb. That sticky bomb missed everything for no good reason at all. I decided to check down there for creeps that didn't exist. Aren't I just intelligent? Aren't I amazing? Here's where things get really amazing. I get caught up by dash, decide to continue to go deeper into the opponent's base, and then die horribly. And then this is where Durple ends up dying, unfortunately for him, and we are now two kills behind. I did mention that we win this, so, spoiler alert. But there you have it. So why am I talking about Chucho at all then? If he's perfectly fine, then what's the deal with him? Well, I've got a couple of things to say about him, just for people that want to know how to play him or want to get better with him, and people that are having a hard time against him. So, what does Chucho do? Like I said, he split pushes. He does a very good job of it. And he also does an incredible amount of damage to people. He's a great ganker. This is not the game where I realized how good One-Armed Chameleon was, but at some point it does, I think, become important. Point is, he's got an incredible capacity to do a lot of good single-target disable and disruption and damage all wrapped into one. On top of that, he can farm incredibly well. Where's he weak, then, if he can do all this stuff? Well, at this point, I'm like, okay, I got the solar boss, but I decided not to commit to it because there's this frog. I don't want to commit to it when this frog's around. We're going to just head him off, make sure he can't get to that one creep, start doing some damage to them this way, see if we can't maybe do something there. No dice, though, so he's just going to back off, and this gives me the opportunity to go for the solar boss. One thing I'm really proud about there is that I used my turret to actually, to zone out the frog. I don't even know what that sticky bomb was either. Obviously I don't know how to sticky bomb. That's going to cost me a couple of kills, by the way, early on, just so you know. So how do you deal with this guy? It's a good freaking question, man. I've got a couple of ideas. First off, you have to kind of wait for him to be off of his bike, or wait for him to be on his bike, depending on who you are. If you're playing as Lux or Lone Star, he's actually easier to kill when he's on his bike, and the reason for that is because of Bull. If you can Bull in a really good situation, then that's an easy kill. Oh, here I was a little scared, so I decided to back off. He's going to do some damage to me, but I'll just run away. At this point, my turret's just hammering away at the droids. It's doing some damage. It's helping push out a little bit. It's not going to end up doing too much because I think someone kills it very shortly. Yeah, there's the frog. He's going to get rid of it with NATO. Well played. At this point, I end up picking 2 ranks in the Koi Robber's hat, and that's going to allow me to split push. And just do a lot more push. It gives my ranged attacks piercing. It's ridiculously good. I'm not saying ridiculously good in the fact that it's just not, balanced. I'm saying it's ridiculously good in the fact that it's a really strong upgrade. It allows him to hit multiple targets at once. It increases his effective DPS by a lot. So if you're playing Chucho, that's an upgrade I fully recommend picking up. If you're playing against Chucho, again, Lone Star and Lux and anybody with push like that can do incredibly well against him, so long as he's on his bike, because the bike, kind of like Ayla's flying abilities, messes around with his weight quite a lot. It effectively means that he has, he's almost weightless, so he gets pushed around very quickly, very, very far, for no good reason at all. Oh, he's going to take a little bit of damage. Unfortunately, the sticky bomb missed, so, yeah, that'll be that. Push up this wave, thanks to the Koi Robber's hat, and this guy's almost done. Look at him go. He's almost dead. Just because he stuck around, my piercing blaster shots too much. Missed another sticky bomb. Yeah, I'm a pro sticky bomber. I swear to goodness. But yeah, and then if you're playing against a Chucho and he's off of his bike, you definitely want to have people that can take advantage of somebody that is very, very slow. So if you hadn't noticed, I'm hopping on and off my bike almost constantly, trying to make myself a little bit difficult to deal with, trying to find opportunities to steal creeps, make sure they can't get in close to a lane, trying to do some push. And here's a good chance. Whenever you're playing Chucho, definitely hop off your bike for the push, and then if your bike's about to blow up, make sure you blow it up yourself. You have to be aware of that. That's going to save you some time. With the recent hotfix, there's no reason not to blow up your bike ever. It doesn't even slow you down anymore. Whereas it used to. I was checking the bush there. Nothing to check. Okay. It's going to end up doing very little damage to anybody right there. Pick up a bunch of solar. But yeah, if he's off of his bike, he's incredibly vulnerable, guys. Like, really vulnerable. He goes down like a ton of bricks. But did I mention he does a lot of damage? Okay, again, Frog's trying to head me off. I'm going to come and see what I can do about heading him off a little bit. Making sure he goes away. Oh, there's Frog again. Hey, Frog. Try to stick it onto him. I tried to predict it. It didn't work. Why didn't it work? Because I'm an idiot. Mr. Leon gets himself killed there again. That's going to be a common story here. He ends up feeding us a decent amount of money by the end of this game, unfortunately. But so we're going to go here, deal with the solar boss. Did I mention he does an incredible amount of damage? I have no actual single target damage upgrades, and I took out a solar boss piecemeal, really. He's very good at taking out the solar boss very safely, thanks to the way that he moves and shoots and everything. So he's definitely worth... you know, he's definitely worth looking after a solar boss for if you've got the ability to do so. Checking the bush, it doesn't end up checking into much. Sticky Bomb misses yet again. I don't think I've really landed a good one yet. I landed one good one and it didn't even get a kill, so I'm not surprised it's doing relatively nothing here. Frog's there. I'm gonna back right off. So what counters this guy? Leon counters this guy pretty hard. Why? There's two things. First off, the acceleration on his bike is very slow. So if Leon manages to get a good time while he's on his bike, then there's no way he can get off of it first because of the silence. If he's silenced, he can't get on or off his bike. And then on top of that, he does a lot of damage. He can keep up with Chucho under almost all circumstances. It's a ridiculously good way to do things. Okay, I die here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, out comes the tongue, and then I'm down for the count. And this fight just kind of devolves for a little bit as the red team starts to solidify a little bit of a defensive standpoint here. It's not like they actually ever got super far ahead, but they kill me a bunch for no really good reason. Let's see, I'm 0-2 already. I end up going at least 0-4 before I start coming back in any real capacity. But let's see, what do I end up getting here? No idea yet. Waiting for the upgrades. There they are. Okay, so I start going for the Sticky Bomb upgrade at this point. So the Krokk License to Kill actually does an incredible amount of damage once you get it, and it's surprisingly one of his best upgrades, and it's one of the first ones I pick up most of the time. The other one I pick up a lot of the time is the gas upgrade, the one that allows me to blow up my own bike. But I didn't pick it up in this game. It just didn't end up becoming very necessary for me. That's okay. Well, we'll talk about that later. Back to Leon. So Leon can counter this character really, really well if he goes for tongue. Other characters that do a really good job. Frog tends to do okay. Scoldier can absolutely mess with you. Like, absolutely mess with you. Do not mess with Scoldier. Jimmy, again, kind of messes with you really hardcore because of all the other stuff he's got going for him. Durple doesn't really care too much about Chucho because he can deal an approximately a similar amount of damage the entire game long. And that's largely thanks to the turret mode just being effectively what Chucho and his bike have to do together in order to do it at the same time. Out comes a Sticky Bomb. It misses. I'm going to keep blasting away as best as I can. So, yeah, all those people with like movement displacements and other things like that are very, very strong against Chucho. That's his big weakness. If he's put out in the wrong spot, he doesn't have much to escape. He's got a thing on a 10-second cooldown, which is his Nitro boost. Well, it doesn't give you any immunity. It just gives you an incredible amount of move speed on top of the flying that you might or might not have. And if he doesn't have his bike, which, you know, if you blew it up or something like that, you won't have his bike, or he won't have his bike, then you're going to have a bad time. Out comes the Sticky Bomb. It misses yet again because I'm so good at this game. Down goes the Frog. And I don't think I do anything else here. I think I just back off, toss out a really lousy Sticky Bomb yet again. Now I'm going to get chopped up. I think I die here. Yeah, there I go again. So that's 0-3 now. Because I'm so good at this game, guys. What are you doing? So this is how Durple got that. That makes a lot of sense. Up here, the red team's pushing in. Got a decent amount going on for them right now. Let's see. Oh, well, except for that. As far as Solar goes, we're about neck and neck. We're slightly ahead, but like it's a pretty even game in terms of everything right now, actually. I think Mr. Leon gets picked off here. And then we're back. So we're on our bike. What do we pick up here? We end up picking up... I thought about it for a minute. Okay, so I piggy banked. What did I piggy bank into? I got the size, the piggy bank, and the one-armed chameleon. Okay, so one-armed chameleon. For those of you who are playing as Chucho, it's time. It's your turn. This is where you get to learn a little bit about Chucho Krokk, the killer bounty hunter badass from Awesomenauts. So why is this guy as good as he is at ganking? Largely because he can zoom in like that and find an opportunity to come in with a well-placed left click that can stun people. One-armed chameleon is easily one of his strongest upgrades. Let's take a look at it quickly. I'm gonna pause it, just so that way you guys are paying attention. Makes the next double pistol shot, so your left click, you know, the one that's really easy to aim and shoot after dismounting your bike or after throwing your time bomb. So, you know, often enough. A strong shot that stuns for 0.1 seconds, deals 70 extra damage per shot, or deals 70 damage per shot. So that's a fair amount of extra damage. That's almost well, considering his base blaster does like maybe 50 something at this point, it's almost 20 damage increase per shot. So it's a 40 damage, you know, boost. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit of extra burst. The more important part there is that you can stun for 0.1 seconds. That goes per blaster shot. So that's like 0.2 seconds if you manage to land both blaster shots. And then on top of that, if you manage to hop off your bike, stun them, hit them with the with the sticky bomb, and then on top of that stun them again, it's a lot of extra damage. And they're stunned for practically a whole second. Couple that with the piercing, and yes, the piercing works. You can stun multiple targets for a decent length of time. That's what makes Chucho like really good at what he does. So here he comes. I stun in. I almost managed to nail the frog. Almost managed to get the scoop as well with some help. Okay, so I hop off my bike here, stun him, and that's enough to be able to catch up with him. So that's our first kill of the game. It's not very good, but it's something at least, right? Then we're going to go ahead and use this opportunity to push. So if you're playing as Chucho, a couple of things. One, if you're pushing, push aggressively when you can. When you have access to your turret, you do a ton of damage. Like, this thing is taking a buttload between me and Durple. It's an impressive amount, to say the least. We're going to go down here, come on back up here, try to see if we can't find an opportunity to do some extra damage. We do enough here to just barely survive and get the kill onto Jihadi John, which was a very lucky kill on our part. We deserve to die, let's be honest. Okay, so this is where the frog picked up Arbe. That's gonna bite us in the ass in a second. Not right now. He died right there instead. He got stunned. Let's watch that one more time. Comes in. I hop off my bike. He gets stunned. He gets killed by the creeps. Yeah, the stun's really brutal. And at this point now, you can definitely check out to see how much damage that we do as a Chucho. Like, we've already done 3 bars practically by ourselves thanks to this turret and our blasters. Yeah, this is what Chucho does best. He does an incredible amount of turret damage, which means he can compensate for teammates on his team like Scoldier, or you know, other characters that don't do so well in terms of their turret damage. Let's see, we almost get Jihadi John here. Almost. We missed one too many blaster shots for it to work. Going for the stun. Here's where we back off, and we decide to come back in here while he's NATOing, but we blast ourselves. We end up dying. That was unfortunate. Casper ends up dying too, I believe. Yep, dashed. There we go. Not even a problem, really. So, that was unfortunate for our team, but hey, you know what? It's still 8-11. We're doing really well. Out comes the nuke. Mr. Leon gonna get killed there by a really well-placed... Like, this Durple knows how to play. Managed to come out of siege mode, and it stuns the Leon in place. That's such a cool play. Out comes the Arbe. Down goes Adam. We lost a lot of people all at once there. But we're not done yet. Let's see. What do we pick up here? At this point, we decided to pick up 4-Eye Advisor, both ranks in it. It's more damage over time on the bomb. On top of that, the bomb is, you know, a little bit bigger. And the reason why I went for the bigger bomb was because Froggy and Leon are actually hard to hit with a bomb, I find. So going for the increased size makes it a lot easier. Do not land the bomb. However, the damage over time still applies, so it's a decent amount of extra damage. I decide not anyway to go through with more of it. And I back off the DPS there. Yeah, that'll be that. Okay. So the reason I decided to go for size there was because Leon and Frog are actually difficult to hit targets. And increasing the size of the bomb means I can hit them more often, which means more damage more often, which is just really good. I'm going to come in there, help get the kill onto the scoop, which was not a big problem. We didn't actually end up doing too much. But that little advantage is going to give us a pretty big one by the end of this. We're going to come in here. We're not going to do anything there. And then this Frog's going to go down. So did we do very much? Not really, but we did end up doing enough just because we did a lot of turret damage. We helped to do a lot of turret damage, and that was our main goal here. You know how this ends. Let's take a look at damage done. Where's the damage? Damage. Okay, as far as damage goes, we were second highest, not by very much, mind you. but we took a little bit less damage than everybody else, only because we have a certain amount of HP. I'm actually surprised that we didn't do more damage. We still did more damage than anybody else on the other team, but like I'm surprised we didn't do a little bit more. Interesting. How did it look in terms of solar and stuff? Yeah, we just kind of took off. It was really neck and neck for a while, and then we just kind of took off for a bit there. But yeah, like I said, it's not like a spectacular Chucho game or anything, but it kind of shows off some of his strengths. First off, I was like, you know, being able to push out lanes and clear waves very easily, especially with the one upgrade that I had, which was the Koi hat. Yeah, this one, the Koi Robbers. That gives me the ability to pierce. Really strong, really strong. Krokk license to kill. If he ever lands sticky bombs, it's really nice. One-arm chameleon is really strong as well. This upgrade I should definitely pick up a lot more often, a lot earlier. Like I'd almost pick it up before picking up Krokk license to kill, depending on the lineup you're up against, because that mini stun can be brutal against certain people, especially now Jimmy, that he can be interrupted mid-missile stream. It's really nice to have. And then after that, I just went for pure damage on the sticky bomb, which is kind of like the meta build right now as far as I can tell. So that's it for now. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I know I sure did, and I'll see you guys in the next video.